everyone, welcome back to the show. Mark, you won't believe what I've been digging into lately.
Oh yeah, Jenny? Hit me with it. You know I love a good tech rabbit hole.
Okay, so picture this. Those little Baofeng UV-5R radios, right? The ones that look like walkie-talkies on steroids.
Oh, those things? I have one in my go bag. They're super handy. But wait, are we talking about legality?
Exactly. It's 2025, and I was just reading that apparently, as of September 2019, it is now illegal to buy or sell those in the U.S. It all comes down to some FCC rulings.
Whoa, seriously? But I see people using them all the time. What's the deal?
That's what I thought. So apparently it has to do with what frequencies they can access. See, these Baofengs can transmit on FRS and GMRS frequencies, which, require a license.
Right. Family radio service and general mobile radio service. So basically what's happening is these radios are too powerful for those bands without proper certification.
Precisely. And here's the thing about FCC certification. It's not just a rubber stamp. They're looking at power limits, modulation, all that technical stuff.
Yeah, they want to make sure these devices don't mess with other signals, right? RF emissions and all that jazz.
Totally. And if you're caught using one of these Baofengs on, say, GMRS frequencies without a license, well, it's not pretty.
Let me guess. Fines? Maybe even jail time if you're really causing trouble?
You got it. I saw some statistic that said fines could be as high as $250,000 and up to 10 years in the slammer. Yikes!
Holy moly, that's intense. So, it's kind of like, when you modify your car and suddenly it's not street legal anymore?
Perfect analogy. You can have the cool tech, but you gotta play by the rules of the road, or in this case, the airwaves.
Okay, so here's the thing about these FCC rules. They're not exactly new, but it seems like enforcement is getting more serious. There was this email exchange I read about.
Oh yeah, between NoG, KN0JI, and Scott Stone, who's the deputy chief of the FCC's Wireless Telecommunications Bureau, right?
You got it. And basically, Mr. Stone confirmed that these Baofengs don't have Part 95 certification, so they're a no-go for FRS or GMRS.
And Part 95 is the section of the FCC rules that deals with these personal radio services, right?
Exactly. It's like the rulebook for walkie-talkies, essentially, but with some serious specifics on what the radios can and can't do.
So if someone has a Baofeng, they can still use it, but only on amateur radio frequencies, assuming they have a ham radio license?
That's right. It's all about knowing the limitations and respecting the rules. And honestly, getting a ham radio license isn't that hard, and it opens up a whole world of radio communication.
I've heard it's actually a pretty cool community. But okay, let's say someone's listening, and they're like, oops, I might have accidentally used my Baofeng where I shouldn't have.
Well, first, don't panic, but definitely stop using it on those frequencies. And then, look into getting properly licensed or getting a radio that's certified for what you want to do.
Yeah, ignorance isn't an excuse, as they say. And honestly, with the potential fines, it's just not worth the risk.
Totally. It's kind of like, driving a race car on public roads? Sure, it's fun, but you're going to get in trouble, and you're putting others at risk.
Right. And for those who are really into the tech, getting that ham radio license is like getting the keys to the racetrack.
Excited laugh? Exactly. You can still play with the cool tech, but you're doing it the right way. The safe way.
And you might even discover a whole new hobby. I mean, imagine chatting with someone across the country, or even internationally, just using your little radio.
Oh man, that's the dream. It's like having your own personal bat signal, but for chatting with other radio enthusiasts.
Laughs. I love that analogy. So bottom line, know your frequencies, get licensed if necessary, and don't be afraid to dive into the world of amateur radio. It's a lot more than just walkie-talkies.
Well said, Jenny. And to all our listeners, if you're curious about those FCC rules or want to learn more about ham radio, check out the links in our show notes. We've got resources for you.
And as always, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, stay curious and keep those radios legal.
Catch you on the flip side, folks. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Or in this case, with great radio power comes, well, you get the idea. Bye.